Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Amelia and here on this channel we talk about writing, journaling, and productivity to help you curate a life that you love. So today we are doing the 6th episode of my Zodiac scrapbook series. I do spreads for each Zodiac sign as their season approaches, like arrives, that kind of thing. And so far we've done Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and so now we're on Virgo. That was a lot harder than I thought that was going to be. So yes, today we are doing the Virgo spread. If you are a Virgo, this is for you. And even if you're not, it is kind of fun just to see these spreads, see how each sign is so different as far as their aesthetic goes and as far as their coloration, all that stuff. I'm having a really great time doing this. It's so fun to do these Zodiac spreads. If you are a Virgo, happy birthday because it is your birthday season. And if you're not a Virgo and you haven't seen your video yet, it will be coming up eventually around the time of your birthday. So for example, I'm a Scorpio. Scorpio stuff won't be done until about mid-October, November. So before we get into this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up if you like these Zodiac spreads. I do want to explore more astrology type themes later on, so if you like this, then please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It lets me know. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more journaling and scrapbooking content like this. Alright, well let's go ahead and get into the making of this Virgo spread. So before we get into this whole voiceover thing, I just wanted to put out this little notice, I guess. There's a thunderstorm going on outside, so if you hear some weird sounds in the background, it's just the rain causing me misery, that's all. So I'm starting out this spread by putting down some of my floral pink washi tape. This is one of the first washi tape tapes, I guess, that I got when I started scrapbooking, so it was really nice to come back to it and to start using it again. The reason I chose to go with this pastel pink is because when I was looking up things about Virgo and Virgo aesthetic, it was that it was a very feminine energy. It was very light and spring-y, I guess. It felt very spring-like to me, but it was very divine feminine and very analytical, intelligent, logical. So I kind of thought of Athena when I thought of feminine and logic, and so I really wanted to play off of those vibes. So I tried to use this pastel tape, and then I also used this checkerboard pattern, which I ended up designing on the side. So I designed it using Canva. A lot of these images are from Canva, so if you guys know that app, if you like using it, that's where I got my stuff. They are free, so it's really nice to be able to use the free content on there and be able to create stickers, print out images, and all of that whenever I don't have anything at home. So I was using that little checkerboard pattern that I made, and then I have two images here of architectural buildings. The first one actually has that checkerboard pattern carried again on the floor with these beautiful white arches, and then the bottom one is another darker version of architecture. And to me it was very Greek inspired, very Roman inspired, but I thought it was very pretty. And when I think of Virgos and analytical, anything that's super logical and intelligent, I do think of using architecture because there's so many straight lines and it's very well measured and put together. So that's kind of what I think of. I'm also gluing down these little colors at the bottom. So Virgo's colors were purple and pale blue, I believe, and then I also wanted to tie in the pink. So I was using these little circles to tie in the color palette that I wanted to use. I actually don't use a lot of purple in this design, but because it was one of Virgo's colors, I did include it. I also included this woman kind of walking through the halls, more or less, because Virgo is it's considered the virgin. At least that's what I looked up. It said Virgo is the virgin. It is, a nice little maiden, and she's just doing her little thing. Very she's wearing a white dress and stuff. And I actually carried that over onto the side as well with another woman. And I also used the chess pieces up on the top because I have a chessboard. I might as well put the chess pieces. So I also have these other stickers. I have the narcissus, I don't know, the flower narcissus. I don't know what it's called, but it's Virgo's flower, and I put it up there next to that envelope. And then I also have another image of like the Virgin from Virgo. I found that on Canva again when I searched Virgo, and I thought it was really pretty and it would work really well with my aesthetic, since I was keeping things very black and white when I could, and only kind of exploring color on the side. So one thing I really aimed for with this particular design was to keep things as streamlined as possible. I didn't want to go all over the place. I didn't want to get crazy. I wanted things to be very linear and expected. Gosh, I'm having so many problems talking today. I don't even know what's wrong. But I wanted to keep things very, organized, because Virgo is a sign that is very organized, very practical, and I didn't think that a messy, complicated spread would do well for this particular zodiac sign. I also kept stickers minimal, so I really aimed to create a soft yet very structured design, because while Virgos are very analytical and such, there's no sense in, making it so rigid, and that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted it to be very soft. So I'm also using my washi tape to outline a circle, because I have recently, in the last 2 spreads, I've forgotten to print out the planet for the sign. So my Leo spread, I forgot to print out the sun, and here in Virgo, I forgot to print out Mercury. So that was a big oops. So I ended up drawing what I thought Mercury would look like. It kind of reminds me of the moon, so I just drew it like that. And I ended up writing next to it that it was a planet Mercury, and then a little bit about it. All of the details in this spread, as far as planets, symbols, what Virgos are like, all of that stuff will be included in a blog post down in the description box below. It goes to a link on my blog where I just kind of talk about what I wrote. I also ended up drawing the sign here on Virgo, and okay guys, I'm experimenting with my calligraphy and lettering abilities, okay? I'm really testing this stuff out and trying stuff that is new and complicated. So I wrote that M, and I also wrote the letters for Virgo, and I am so proud. I can't even begin to tell you how proud I am that I am evolving to be able to do this. Alright, and that was the making of the Virgo scrapbook spread. This one was, honestly, very strange. I don't know much about Virgos. There's certain signs in the zodiac that I don't really have a lot of experience with, and this is one of them. I don't really know that many Virgos, but I was looking up their aesthetics online, and it seemed very feminine, but also very intellectual, so it made me think of the goddess Athena, so I was really trying to go with goddess Athena vibes for this one. I think that it's really interesting that they share the same planet, Mercury, as Gemini does, but these 2 signs are totally different. And so it was really interesting to try something new and to, explore a sign that I didn't know much about. I did keep a lot of the colors pretty muted, and I tried to keep things as organized and in line as possible, since Virgos are very analytical and very think before we feel, so I thought messy would be a little strange for their particular spread. So I had a lot of fun doing that and adding feminine touches, and honestly I'm pretty happy with this one. I didn't go too crazy, I didn't go all out like I have in some spreads recently, which I kind of want to do next time, but it didn't make sense for Virgo, so I didn't do that, because I think with such a sign that is very focused on keeping things organized, keeping things very in line, this was a good way to become more creative with it and to better explore the zodiac sign. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this final flip through so you can see the end result of this Virgo spread. Alright, so here is the final look at what I did for Virgo. I have the date over here on the side to tell you what dates Virgo has. I have the sign at the top, the word Virgo, of course, and then all of these beautiful simplistic imagery things. Gosh, I told you I couldn't speak today. I ended up forgetting to do part of the coloration on here. I usually color with my Crayola Super Tips the words for each like color that the sign represents or whatever. Yeah, you get it, but I forgot, so I had to do it here. I do have more of those colors on the bottom, and then I also have the description for the planet Mercury, as well as the description for Virgo down on the bottom, and the symbols up on the side by the flower that is most associated with Virgo. And inside the little envelope, I have this cute little like note with flowers on it that goes into more depth, and honestly, it was such a simple spread, but I'm very, very satisfied with it, and I think that it just definitely encapsulates this sign. Alright, and that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching today's video. As always, I will put a blog post, a link to a blog post down in the description box below, so that way you can see what I wrote for the sign of Virgo and get more insight on that. Also, my blog has a bunch of scrapbook spreads that you can go see, and lots of journal content, so if you want to go check that out, I'll put a link in the description box. But anyway, thank you again for watching, and until next time, I will catch you later.